Have you finished peeling all the garlic yet?
Yes, I'm nearly done.
Well, you weren't fast enough. Everything else is almost finished cooking, and I wasn't even able to put the garlic in.
But you asked me to peel the garlic as soon as I came from the door and barely gave me any time to do it.
Your father-in-law is hungry.
Well, if he gets his dinner late, I don't think it's fair to blame it on me.
Just shut your mouth and move faster. Why do you have to talk back to me like that? I thought you would be quite quick with your hands because you're a farmer's daughter, but it turns out I was completely wrong. You've barely peeled more than 2 cloves of garlic. Oh, I'm speechless, I really am.
I don't think you quite understand what growing up on a farm is like in this day and age. Yes, even though I came from a farming family, my dad was the only one actually out working in the fields. These days, it's normal for farmers to hire workers to help them out with manual labor. So I didn't actually do any physical farm work growing up.
Oh, don't make me laugh. There's no way a mere farmer could afford to hire people to work for him. If you're born into a farming family, then it's your fate to do manual labor. If your parents didn't put you to work, it's obviously because they took one look at you and saw how useless you were.
Valeria, how could you say that?
Oh, stop looking at me like a kicked puppy and hurry up and get everything finished. Get those hands moving.
When I got married, it became abundantly clear that my mother-in-law did not like me, and she used every chance she got to torment me. She would order me to cook and clean for her and then nag at me when I couldn't do the things the way that she wanted them done. I later found out that the reason that she disliked me so much was because I came from a farming family in the countryside. Because of her ignorance and prejudice, she didn't realize that my dad actually owned way more than just a little field in the middle of nowhere. He was the owner of a huge fruit farm that supplied all the major supermarkets in the area. But in my mother-in-law's narrow mind, it was unfathomable that a mere farmer could be a successful businessman, and farms could not operate on a large industrial scale. Her image of farming was an outdated one, and she believed that farming was something that lower-class people did, and it was a dirty and shameful occupation. No matter how angry my husband got with her and how many times he tried to stop her from behaving badly toward me, it was no use. She would just become angry, and the two of them would often have full-blown arguments over this. However, everything calmed down a little once we found out that I was pregnant. I really can't believe that I'm actually pregnant.
I know, honey. It hasn't quite sunk in yet. It doesn't quite feel real. I'm gonna be a dad. Me, a dad.
It's crazy that I just went to see the doctor because I wasn't feeling too great and came out knowing that I'm pregnant. I could never have imagined this in a million years.
Hey, everyone. Guess you. Everyone in the neighborhood. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm so happy.
Honey, you're so loud. Stop embarrassing me.
It's just that I had no idea that you were pregnant. It is such a lovely surprise.
Well, since we'd both discussed that we were ready to have children, I think I'm emotionally ready, but I didn't think that it would be so sudden, like in the books and movies. Oh, but come to think of it, I had a dream about a beautiful flower growing in the middle of a field the other night. So I guess that must have been a premonition.
I was beginning to worry that you might have enteritis because you were feeling feverish and nauseous, but I guess those can be pregnancy symptoms too. And now, hearing about your dream, I really do think that it was some kind of message.
I've just remembered that my mom suffered from terrible morning sickness when she was pregnant with me. It was so bad that sometimes she couldn't even drink water without feeling sick. And they do say that a daughter's first pregnancy mirrors her mom's.
So, do you think you're probably going to have pretty bad morning sickness as well?
Well, I really hope that isn't the case, but considering how nauseous I'm feeling already, I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Does this mean that you're not going to be able to eat anything?
Surely it's not going to be that bad, is it? I wonder who's calling me so early in the morning. Hello?
Hey, how How could you not even call me after finding out that you're pregnant?
Oh, Valeria? What are you doing calling me at this time?
What do you think I'm doing? I went out to get my early morning exercise and I heard about you being pregnant from one of my friends. She said that you went to the hospital a few days ago. She was there at the same time as you and she said that she saw you and my son there.
I suppose when that husband of mine started yelling, everyone in the vicinity turned to stare at us. I guess Valeria's friend must have been there when he was shouting. Yes, that's right. We went because I really wasn't feeling very well, and then the doctor said that I wasn't unwell, I was just experiencing pregnancy symptoms. We were going to wait until 12 weeks to see anything, though, just to make sure that everything was more stable with the pregnancy.
Well, these days, with modern medicine, the risk of miscarriage is much lower. You should have told me straight away. This is why I should never have let my son marry a farmer's daughter from the countryside. Why did I have to hear the news about my grandson from people on the street?
Sorry? Grandson? Valeria, we still don't know the gender of the baby. It's far too early.
Well, what does that matter? I'm hoping that it's going to be a boy. A couple of days ago, I had a dream about a watermelon that was growing bigger and bigger. I think that must have been a premonition about the birth of my grandson.
I see. I suppose the grandparents can have those kinds of dreams too?
My little grandson. Grandma can't wait to meet you. Oh, Polly, do you have anything in particular you'd like to eat? I heard that you should eat lots of meat whilst pregnant if you want to have a son, so shall I make you some steak?
Oh, no, it's fine. These days I can barely stomach eating anything due to morning sickness. Just thinking about meat makes me feel a little queasy.
Well, it's not the attitude to be taking if you want your son to grow to be big and healthy. Stop whining and make sure you eat well. I'll get the butcher to send you some beef, so you'd better cook it when it arrives.
There's really no need to do that, Valeria. Just thinking about meat makes me want to throw up.
Now, what did I say? Pregnant women should be paying close attention to what they eat. If you don't eat well whilst you're pregnant, you end up with a daughter.
Valeria, I really don't think that what you eat has anything to do with the gender of the baby.
Of course it does. The baby in your belly is entirely your responsibility as its mother, and therefore whether it comes out a boy or a girl is entirely dependent on your actions whilst you're pregnant. So you shouldn't be using morning sickness or whatever as an excuse to not feed the baby properly.
Wait, what's that? What's that you have in there that has such a strong smell?
What do you think it is? I bought you some cow liver and some herbal medicine. The lady who lives next door told me that she ate the internal organs of a cow, not just regular beef, and that's what enabled her to give birth to a son. She even said it's better to eat it raw.
Valeria, seriously, what you eat when you're pregnant really doesn't have anything to do with the gender of the baby.
Oh, just shut up and listen to me. If you eat this meat and drink this medicine, you're sure to have a son. Stop retching like a fuzzy kid being force-fed broccoli, and just eat what I tell you to eat. I really went out of my way to find this stuff for you.
But Valeria, surely you know that you shouldn't eat raw food when you're pregnant. It could be full of parasites. It could cause complications for the pregnancy. And anyway, we already know the gender of the baby, and it's not going to be a boy, so you can stop this now.
That's all nonsense. It's all a myth that there are things you can and can't eat during pregnancy. You need to eat as much as possible. And who said it was going to be a girl? The hospital? I bet they didn't even take a proper look at you before telling you the gender, so I would take that with a pinch of salt. Why would you just blindly believe them like that when you don't listen to a word that I say?
But Valeria, aren't you the one that was going on about how good modern medicine is before? Oh dear, I really don't think I can eat this. Just the smell is enough to make me feel like I'm going to throw up.
Oh, shut up and just eat it. I am not going home until I see you eat the liver and drink some of the medicine, and I'll make sure you use the whole sachet.
Ew, what is this?
It's a special formula that apparently helps you to have a son. It's full of things that are good for your health, so you should be drinking at least a pack a day.
Why are you doing this? The hospital said not to self-medicate too much and not to trust herbal medicines. Please stop trying to force this on me.
Medicine is all medicine. Is medicine not good? Then I don't see what the problem is. Now stop with your useless chatter and just take the medicine already. Take it and make sure you have a son.
Someone please save me. Thankfully, that day my husband came home at the perfect time to stop my mother-in-law from force-feeding me the raw liver and the herbal medicine. He grabbed it all off her and threw it in the trash and successfully chased her out of the house. But unfortunately after that, she didn't give up. Even though I could barely swallow a drop of water due to morning sickness, she kept trying to force me to eat weird things she heard about on the internet. The only way I can think of to describe it is to call it food torture. Even when I was feeling normal, the things she was trying to feed me were hard to stomach, but when I was suffering from morning sickness, I could barely have her bring them anywhere near me. There were more than a few times when raw food was forcibly shoved into my mouth. No matter how many times I threw up, my mother-in-law tormented me with unproven folk remedies and baseless myths, the origins of which she herself couldn't even remember. The only comfort I had was the fruit sent to me by my parents from their farm. It was the only thing I could stomach to eat. Hi, Dad. I got the latest fruit delivery. Why did you send me so much?
What do you mean, how much did I send? I only sent one box of each type.
Even so, there's so much. Melons, apples, pears, there's even a whole box of peaches.
You said that peaches were the only thing that you could really eat a lot of, so I thought that it would be best to send you as many peaches as I could. If you can't finish the rest of the fruit before it goes bad, you can share it with your neighbors. It's best to get on the neighbor's good side before the baby is born, so that they'll be more forgiving when the baby inevitably keeps them up all night with all the crying. And your husband likes fruit as well, doesn't he? He has to be careful about what food he brings into the house to eat because of your morning sickness, so I'm sure he'll be happy to have some fruit as well.
Thank you, Dad.
I know all about how hard morning sickness can be for both the mom and the dad. I have personal experience from when your mom was pregnant with you. You really shouldn't try and force yourself to eat the things that you can't stomach. Instead, you should just have your fill of the things that you can eat. They say even morning sickness is a sign. If your body lacks nutrients, you can't even have morning sickness. So don't get too hung up on what you shouldn't eat. Just eat whatever you feel like eating.
Thank you so much, Dad. You have no idea how much I needed to hear that.
Making sure my daughter is happy is no skin off my back. And let me know as soon as you run out of peaches. Oh, and if there's anything else your husband wants to eat, let me know about that as well.
Yes, Dad, I will let you know. I can't wait to get started on the fruit. I guess it must be because I grew up having fresh fruit on the farm and I was constantly spoiled for choice. I was unable to eat the fruit from the shops and I could only stomach the fresh fruit sent to me by my dad, directly from the farm. The peaches were my personal favorite. During the months I was suffering from morning sickness, the only thing I was really able to enjoy eating was the fresh peaches sent by my dad. My husband also enjoyed eating them with me. Every single day my meals would consist predominantly of peaches. It's getting a little tiring going to and from the hospital all the time these days. My legs are sore from all the walking. I'll grab myself a peach from the fridge and that will make me feel better. Oh, not a single peach that was in the fridge is left? Where on earth did they go? Did that husband of mine really eat them all?
Hello? Is everything okay? Did you get to the hospital okay?
Yes, everything is fine. I just came back from the hospital and I just wanted to ask whether you ate all the peaches that were in the fridge.
Of course not. Even if I had eaten some, I would have left some for you. There's no way that I would be as cruel as to eat them all when I know that's the only thing that you can really eat at the moment.
But where could they have gone?
Your dad sent us a fresh box yesterday, right? So I guess we just forgot to put it in the fridge?
Oh, yes, I think you're right. Oh. Honey, the box of peaches is gone.
What? That can't be. It should be right there on the table in the porch.
Yes, I remember you putting them there yesterday, but it's not there.
Ah, that is so strange. I am sure that there was a full box of peaches there yesterday.
Well, I've had a look around the rest of the house as well, and they're nowhere to be found. It's not like a box of peaches is something small, so it should be very easy to spot.
I really don't know what could have happened here. Ah,
What is it? Did you just remember something?
come to think of it, my mom asked for the spare key to our apartment.
What? Your mom did what?
She said that she wanted to bring some food for us while we were both out, so I just told her the password to the lockbox where we keep the spare key.
You really just told her that? Without consulting me first?
What was I supposed to do when she kept calling me to bother me about it while I was at work? Do you think that she would have taken it?
Well, she hasn't put any food in the fridge. I would know if she had because I could smell it right away.
There's no way. Do you think that maybe she used bringing the food over as an excuse to come and take the fruit away?
I'll go over to your mom's house straight away to check what's going on here.
Okay, I'll also go and talk to her straight after I finish work.
What is it? Did something happen with your appointment at the hospital? Did they tell you that they were wrong about it being a girl and that I was right all along?
No, of course not. I came here to ask you whether you came to our house today, Valeria.
Yes, I did. So what?
So then, did you take the box of peaches that was on the table in the porch?
Yes, I did take them. If you have such nice fruit like that, you need to share it with your in-laws. My daughter is in the kitchen peeling some for me right now.
Oh, hi, Polly. What are you doing over at our house? Now, please give me back that box of my peaches. My husband will be coming too when he finishes work, and we're going to take back what's ours.
What? Why would you do that?
My dad sent those for me straight from his farm. You know that I can't eat just anything with my morning sickness, right? Those peaches are the only thing I can eat at the moment. How could you steal them from me like that?
You ungrateful girl! You didn't eat any of the things I brought for you, but when your dad sends you something, you're more than happy to eat it? Are you discriminating against your mother-in-law right now?
Of course that's not what I'm doing. It's not that I chose to not eat the things that you brought for me. It's that you only brought things that I was unable to eat. You kept giving me all kinds of weird foods with strange flavors.
What do you mean you were unable to eat them? It was all food, was it not? And food is meant to be eaten by people. And did I not tell you that if you want to have a son, you shouldn't be eating things like fruit? It's because you only eat these silly, pretty little things like peaches that you ended up with a girl.
Oh, that is total nonsense, and you know it. There is absolutely no relationship between the gender of the baby and what the pregnant mother eats.
Of course there is. You need to listen to your mother-in-law tells you, young lady. But instead you're all defiant and arrogant and you only listen to what the doctor says.
You really are stubborn, Polly. If my mom says she doesn't like something, you really should just go along with what she says. And if you want to eat fruit, then you can just go to the supermarket and buy it. I don't really know what's so special about the one sent from your dad.
I can't eat the fruit from the supermarket. I am only able to eat the fruit that my dad sends me.
Well, there's no need to be so picky. I think you're making a really big deal about this whole morning sickness thing, and it's really not as bad as you say. So what, you throw up a little and your tummy hurts a little every now and then? Oh, poor you. Just suck it up and eat whatever.
Excuse me? I understand that you've never been pregnant, so you've never experienced something like morning sickness before, but equally that also doesn't give you a right to pass judgment on me when you have no idea what I'm going through. Oh, whatever. Why don't you just eat this instead? It's a little gross.
Excuse me, what is this? A completely rotten peach? Where did you get this? My mom bought it from the supermarket the other day, but it went bad before she could eat it. So why don't you eat it? If you eat it, I'm sure it will guarantee that you have a son.
What
kind of nonsense are you? Oh my goodness, just the smell of this is enough to make me throw up.
Stop making a fuss and just eat it. You shouldn't be eating the pretty fruits because they will ensure that you have a daughter. If you still want to have a chance of having a son, you need to eat ugly fruits like this one. If you're really committed, you should eat the stone as well. Oh, and I don't want to see you scraping off the bad bits. You need to eat the whole thing. This is me being considerate of you after hearing that peaches are the only thing you can eat at the moment. Your dad should know better than to send you the nice, pretty peaches as well. He should be sending you ones like this one if he wants to have a grandson. Honestly, he didn't put any thought into this, did he?
Are you really going to be like this? Why are you so weird about every single thing that I eat? I've had to put up with so much over these past few months. I put up with you shoving all kinds of inedible stuff down my throat, but I just can't take it any longer. I kept thinking to myself, it's just because she really wants to have a healthy grandson. It's just because she wants me to have a son and she doesn't know any better. But you really have taken things too far now. I am not going to put up with it anymore. And also, I am not going to listen to you insulting my dad anymore either.
Oh, are you getting mad? I heard that pregnant women were a little emotionally unstable, but making a huge fuss like this over some fruit is a little excessive. Don't you agree?
You're no better than your mother, it seems, Allie. You should be recognizing her bad behavior and stopping her, but instead you're just enabling her. And the two of you haven't even realized that it was wrong for you to have stolen from me today. From now onwards, I don't want to see either of you ever again.
Are you really accusing your own mother-in-law of being a thief? Who do you think you're talking to? Hey, where do you think you're going? Come back here this instant.
Honey, I am so sorry for everything that's happened. I'll apologize a million times if I have to. There's no need to run off to your parents' house. Let's just go home, okay? I'll give you all the apologies you need on behalf of my mom and my sister.
No, I am not going home. I don't even want to see your face right now. It's not like your mom has only been trying to force-feed me once or twice. It's become a regular thing. Knowing that, how could you possibly give her access to the spare key? I am not going back to our house knowing that she is now able to come and go as she pleases. What if she tries to make me eat weird stuff again? Or worse, tries to steal things from me again? I feel like I'm suffering from neurosis now. I feel so suffocated that I could die.
I'm sorry, honey. I'll make it so nothing like this ever happens again.
I don't believe you. I can't trust you when it comes to your family, especially after what happened today. I went to the hospital because I was having bloody discharge, and they told me that if I'm put under any more stress, I'm at risk of having a miscarriage. The doctor even discussed the possibility of hospitalizing me. I don't want to spend any more time around people who are putting my baby's life in danger.
Honey.
You don't know what it's like to be this stressed about food and eating, do you? Well, I do, and I'm at my wit's end here. Do you realize that your mom would even try and shove weird foods into my mouth whilst I was sleeping? And then she couldn't stand to see me happy with the one thing I can actually eat, so she stole it away from me. And then she even tried to make me eat a rotten peach, telling me that it would help me to have a son. I have no idea what else she's capable of doing to me, but I don't want to stick around to find out. You have to understand that if I stay in our house, I'll be living in a state of constant fear. Even after I've had the baby, I refuse to go back there.
My husband, realizing the seriousness of the situation, even followed me to my parents' house and begged for my forgiveness. He told me that he went straight to my in-laws and turned everything in their house upside down. He dumped the stolen box of peaches on the living room floor and stomped on them, leaving the floor covered in juice. But even hearing that wasn't enough to relieve my anger. How could I possibly calm down when I've developed neurosis and I can't even sleep at night? I didn't change my mind and decided that I wasn't going back to her apartment in the city. Instead, my husband came to live with me in my parents' house in the countryside. I gave birth there, and my mom was able to help me with everything, taking the baby off my hands when everything got too much and showing me the best way to do everything. Around the same time we welcomed our daughter into the world, my husband's company suddenly went bankrupt and he found himself without a job. Since we're living with my parents anyway, he ended up joining my dad working out in the fruit fields. He picked up the manual labor side of things pretty quickly, and soon he was helping my dad with managing the place. Even though he never meant to go into farming and the circumstances in which he ended up doing it were far from ideal, he soon found out that he had a knack for it, and he started to really enjoy the work. Even though he found it really physically demanding at first, he soon began to get more tan, develop more muscles, and started to look a little more like a true novice farmer. He learned about all the different methods of farming and also started to help manage the clients, where he really started thriving. Because he had experience in the business world, he was particularly well suited to dealing with the client management side of things. He said that even though he found everything at his new job hard, he also found it very rewarding. He said that there's nothing easy in this world and everything we need to get through hard work, and that now he was really beginning to understand that. Just as my dad was beginning to acknowledge my husband's skills as a farmer, we got a call from my mother-in-law, out of the blue.
Hello? Mom, what do you want?
I'm just wondering why this son of mine won't even contact me.
I told you, didn't I? From now on, you can carry on living your life as if you never had a son.
I can't believe that you would really turn your back on your family over a woman.
Why did you call me? It's the middle of harvest season, so I'm pretty busy right now.
Is farm work really that important? Stop acting like you actually have a real job.
If you don't have anything in particular to say to me, then I'm hanging up right now.
Wait a second. Do you have any fruit to spare by any chance? If you do, can you send some to me?
Fruit? What are you talking about, Mom? You don't even like fruit.
It's not for me. It's for your sister. Your sister is pregnant now, but I bet you didn't even know that, did you?
Why would I know about the pregnancy of someone whose life I have absolutely no interest in?
Even so, she's your one and only sibling. How can you be so apathetic towards her?
But you're not interested in our lives, Mom, so why should we be interested in yours? You didn't even say anything when your own granddaughter was born.
Why would I care about the birth of a silly little girl?
And why would I care about my sister's pregnancy? Anyway, why do you want fruit all of a sudden?
Well, your sister's always liked fruit, hasn't she? Now that she's pregnant, she's suffering from really bad morning sickness, and it's all she can eat is fruit.
Then why doesn't she just ask her husband to go and buy some for her then? Why are you calling me about this?
Well, her husband is really picky, you see. He doesn't like fruit at all, and he won't even have it in the house. Her in-laws have been nagging her, saying that only eating fruit will be bad for the baby, and that she should be forcing herself to eat a varied diet, even if it makes her feel sick. They won't do anything to help her out, and she feels backed into a corner. You have no idea how much stress she's under right now.
Well, if her husband and in-laws won't go buy her fruit, why don't you just go buy it for her?
Well, she says that she can't stop thinking about the peaches from your father-in-law's farm. She said that if she can have at least one of those peaches, she will have the strength to go on.
You're just looking for an excuse to call, aren't you? You can get fresh peaches from other farms, you know? We're not the only place in the area that sells them.
She really insists that it specifically has to be your peaches. And it would mean the world to her to receive a gift from her brother when she's going through a hard time. When I watched her eating them before, I don't think I've ever seen her face light up so brightly. And if you send them to her, it will give her husband less of a reason to get annoyed about it. He won't be able to accuse her of wasting money if we use our family connections to get them for free.
Do you realize how hypocritical you sound like right now? When my wife was pregnant, you were the one nagging her and making her life hell.
Oh, shut up. She ended up having a girl because she didn't listen to me, and that served her right. Anyway, make sure to send those peaches, okay? I'll send you her address over message.
Did your mom really say that?
Yep, she really did. The same people who ridiculed you for not being able to eat much when you were suffering from morning sickness are now begging for us to send peaches because they're the only thing that my sister wants to eat. She deserves to know how it feels.
Even though they were horrible to me, I know better than anyone how terrible morning sickness can be. Your sister must be going through a really hard time right now.
Well, you know what they say, what goes around comes back around. This is what she gets for looking down on you and ridiculing you.
I suppose you're right there. So, what are you going to do then? What have you got there?
Oh, this? Let's just say I'm preparing something extra special to send to them.
Do you really think it's okay to do this?
Well, you know what us men are like. We can forget the bad things that were done to us in an instant, but we will never, ever forget the bad things that are done to our wives.
After getting off the phone with his mom, my husband went straight to the fruit warehouse where we'll sort and pack up the fruits. When he was packing the box to send to his sister, he had a sinister expression on his face like no other I'd ever seen before.
Vinny, what on earth is this? What is even in this box?
Ah, I'm glad to know that it arrived safely. The delivery time was shorter than I expected.
The front door was barely opened. The delivery guy basically threw it at me.
It's a really special gift that I prepared specially for my precious little sister. Mom called me saying that you couldn't eat anything but fruit because of your morning sickness, so I graciously went to the trouble of sending you some fruit directly from the farm. You should be saying thank you instead of yelling at me.
But if you were going to send them to me, you should have sent me the good ones. These are all gross.
I handpicked each one out for you, you know? You should be at least grateful for the gesture. Don't be so picky about the quality of the fruit.
I'm your sister. You're my family. Don't you think this is a little cruel? How could you send me a box full of fruit that isn't even fit to be sold in the market? Are you pulling my leg right now?
Does it really matter? They're from our farm. They're just maybe not the freshest of the bunch.
But after hearing that your sister is pregnant and having a hard time, surely you should have gone out of your way to only choose the pretty ones. Not even a single one of these is even edible.
They may be ugly, but they're not inedible. You can still eat them fine, even if they're not quite up to the aesthetic standard.
I wouldn't even expect the nicest of the bunch. Just regular edible peaches.
But this is all for your sake, don't you see?
What on earth are you talking about?
It's like Mom always says, right? If you want to have a son, you should only eat the ugliest, most rotten fruits. If you eat the pretty ones, you'll end up with a daughter, and we wouldn't want that now, would we? Well, at least that's what she always used to say to my wife. I guess she hasn't said it to you. What's she doing? She was so obsessed with the idea of getting a grandson. If she really cares so much, she should be teaching you all these very important things.
Vinny!
Let me know once you've eaten them all up. I'll make sure to send you another batch of bad ones straight away.
How could you do this to me?
Hey, how could you do such a thing to your own sister? Your sister called me up crying, you know.
Mom? What on earth are you doing here? I thought you said you would never lower yourself to come out to the dirty countryside ever in your life.
Did I not tell you to pick out some nice fruit to send to your pregnant sister? Do you not realize how cruel it is for you to mess with her like this when she's suffering with morning sickness?
What are you talking about, Mom? I just did exactly what you did to my wife. This is learned behavior from you, Mom.
What did you just say?
What was it you said when my wife was pregnant with our daughter? If I remember rightly, you said that you need to only eat bad fruit if you want to have a son. I was just trying to help my sister and follow your instructions, so I really don't know what the big problem is.
Even so, do you not feel sorry for your poor sister in the slightest? She's having a really hard time with her morning sickness.
No, I don't feel the least bit sorry for her at all, actually. Just like you didn't feel the least bit sorry for my wife when she was suffering from morning sickness. You force-fed her and caused her to literally flee from her own home. Didn't you say that Allie's in-laws are treating her the same way? Aren't they pressuring her to eat things that she doesn't want to just so that they can have a son as well? Well, I'm just trying to help her to do what they want. May she give birth to a bouncing baby boy.
You! How dare you!
Even so, I wasn't quite as bad as you, Mom. I didn't send her stuff that was completely inedible. But you try to force-feed my wife to eat completely rotten fruit and raw internal organs and other awful things like that. I may have sent her the ugly peaches, but I didn't send her rotten ones. I only sent the ones that are not pretty enough to be sold in the shops and the markets. I may be a bad person, but I still have a conscience. Unlike you, who was willing to feed rotten food to a pregnant woman suffering from morning sickness.
Are you really going to be like this? Are you really going to completely abandon us in favor of your wife?
My wife is family too. She's the family I chose for myself. When she was pregnant and things got so bad that she had to run off here crying, I really regretted not cutting you off as soon as you started tormenting her about eating all that awful stuff in order to have a boy. To this day, I still feel pathetic for not putting a stop to it before it got out of control, and live every single day feeling sorry towards her from the bottom of my heart.
Did I really do anything that bad? Okay, fine. I was wrong. So please, stop sending bad peaches to your sister.
What are you talking about? All I'm doing is making sure that she has the grandson you're so desperate for.
Well, they already said that she's going to be having a daughter. Do you have any idea how much of a fuss her family are making because it's a girl? They're even worse than me, you know. She called me crying, saying that she feels trapped and suppressed, and she's being called up on every single thing that she eats, you know. The fact that you sent those awful peaches and started going on about how she should eat them in order to have a son coincided with her finding out about the gender and having to deal with all the abuse from her in-laws. You made things a million times harder for when she was already suffering enough. And then there's the fact that she can't even drink water without wanting to throw up because of her morning sickness. And then she ended up getting esophagitis thanks to those awful fruits you sent her.
Well, I feel like her in-law should have at least thanked me for trying to do my bit on getting her to have a son. I think I did a pretty good job with my gift, if you ask me.
No, you did not. How could you only send bad fruit like that when you know how much she loves to eat fruit and how much she was looking forward to the fresh taste of the peaches from your farm?
They're still tasty. They're still the same peaches. And like I said, I was just following your logic to help her have a son. Oh dear, where are my manners? I should have sent some for her in-laws as well. Silly me. Please do apologize to them for me on my behalf, okay, Mom? I was so fixated on sending them to my sister that I completely forgot to even consider them.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with you.
Because of you, my wife was even almost hospitalized. The stress, her weakened immune system, and no doubt the food issues. She should consider herself lucky that she isn't even in a worse condition. She'll soon be better if she eats lots of nutritious fruit. In that case, I'm gonna have to send my sister even more, aren't I?
What? No, absolutely not. Please, just leave your sister alone now.
And don't forget to ask her in-laws if there's any fruit that they would like. I'll make sure to send it to them. In fact, the next fruit I plan to send her, I'll send to their house instead. You should share these kinds of nice things with your in-laws after all, shouldn't you? That's another philosophy of yours, isn't it, Mom?
My husband still regularly sends boxes of bad fruit to his sister, saying things like, "I'm just doing what Mom would do," and "I'm sending it so the whole family can eat them together." The look on my husband's face as he packed up the rotting fruit was like a stress reliever. It was a vindictive smile that was a little too personal to be put down to taking care of his sister. The more they begged him not to send it, the more he would send it. His sister even ended up calling me to complain about it, but I considered it none of my business and just told her that there was nothing I could do about it.
Hearing a person who loved fruit so much saying that she was sick to death of receiving it made me really feel the satisfaction from the revenge my husband was extracting on his family. He even checked with my dad if it was really okay for him to be doing this, and he said, "Fruit that can't be sold is still fruit. I don't see the problem with it." I think he was also enjoying seeing my in-laws, who tormented me so much, getting their comeuppance. We really weren't sending them an edible fruit, though. From what I've heard, it sounds like my sister-in-law and mother-in-law have been preoccupied with finding space to store all the fruit and trying to find people to take it off their hands and eat it for them. Every time they called to beg my husband to stop sending it, he would remind them how expensive fruit is in our current economic climate, and they should just be grateful that they get it for free.
Hi, Jess. I'm touching base with you about tomorrow. If you're still free to drive me, I need you to come by to pick me up around 10. Sorry it took so long to get that information to you.
Hey, Carol, I hate to do this, but you took a while to get back to me. I assumed you didn't need a ride anymore. I made plans with a friend of mine, so I can't drive you. I'm sorry. If you want to wait, I can pick you up in the evening.
What do you mean you made plans with a friend? Aren't you married? Who would you possibly have plans with?
Don't worry, I'm not meeting up with a guy. I'm meeting up with an old college friend of mine who I haven't seen in years.
It doesn't seem too important. Change your plans and tell your friend you'll see her some other time. Taking me to do my shopping is much more important than meeting some old friend who you probably barely even talk to.
Do you want me to take you shopping?
Yes, and I still do. I want a gift certificate for some of that new stuff they're selling at that one popular store you kids keep talking about. I'm glad I went to that town meeting. They rarely ever have giveaways like this. Since something like this is pretty rare for me, I thought we could go to the new mall they just built in Queens. I think that store is in there.
You just got that gift certificate the other day, right? If so, it should be good for a while. I doubt it expires anytime soon. If we go on a different day, I don't think it'll be an issue. You'll still be able to use it. How about we go the day after tomorrow, or sometime next week?
It doesn't matter if it expires tomorrow or next week. I want to go tomorrow. When you go shopping, one of the most important things is how you feel during the process. And right now, I feel amazing.
I get that, but I already promised my friend. I'm sorry, Carol. I can't take you if you're stuck on going tomorrow.
Jess, did you forget the promise you made to me? You know I wasn't a fan of your upbringing. The neighborhood you grew up in was horrible, and the school you went to was even worse. Regardless, I let you marry my son, who was raised the complete opposite of you. When that happened, what did you say to me? Didn't you say you'd do anything you can to get my approval and be accepted?
Yes, I did. But what does that have anything to do with what we're talking about right now?
Well, by refusing to do what I say, it seems like you're doing the opposite. If that's okay with you, then I guess it can't be helped. But I encourage you to think again.
Carol, you may be right, but I want to correct you on one thing. Just because I said I want you to accept me, it doesn't mean I'll listen to and do whatever you say. That's not the way I want to be seen. I want you to see and accept me as your son's wife. That's it.
Trust me, I understand what you meant. That's why I'm telling you this. Me changing the way I see you all depends on how much you do for me. It's already obvious that you'll support your husband. That's what wives do. The only thing left to measure is how devoted to his family you can be.
Okay, I understand that, but there's nothing I can do. I have a really important promise to keep tomorrow. I cannot cancel. Please understand? Can you pick a different day to go? It'll make things a lot easier.
I can't believe how stubborn you're being about this. No matter how many times I tell you I want to go tomorrow, you just won't budge.
I'm sorry, I really can't cancel those plans.
Are you sure you don't want to reconsider? You do know it's because of me that you have such an easygoing life, right? My son is pretty successful, isn't he? Because of how successful he is, there's no way he can go without being noticed. Everyone respects him. That's the type of person you married, but you already know that. I've seen the look on your face. You're always walking around so happily. Usually someone like you wouldn't be able to dream of a life like this. But regardless of where you come from, my son decided to marry you. So who do you think it is who raised that man to be that nice, successful gentleman he is?
I am sure it was you.
You've got that right. It was me. So it goes without saying that whatever I say goes. There's no arguing it. Can you understand that? My son listens to and does whatever I say. You're no exception. The only thing he didn't listen to me about was marrying you. I was completely against it. I have no idea why he chose you. I think about it every day. I'm sure there were many other women to choose from. Do you know why?
I think you'd be better off asking Jerry that question. I can't answer that.
Even if I do ask him, it's not like he'll give me an answer that will change my opinion about you. I think I'll refrain. Anyway, like I was saying, you need to take me shopping tomorrow. Your little friend can wait.
Carol, I told you already I can't. I'm sorry, but I cannot change my plans, even if it's for you. If you pick a different day, I'll make sure not to plan anything else and keep that day open.
Did you not understand what I just said? I told you whatever I say goes. Why are you so stubborn? I can't believe how hard it is for you to follow simple instructions. This is pointless. I can't even have a conversation with you. Nothing I say is getting through. You better remember this. When you don't find yourself being accepted into this family by me, remember this is why. Jess, you won't believe what just happened. So I bought some supplements from a friend of mine a week ago. I thought I knew the price of them from past purchases, but they were a bit more expensive than I thought. Since I already promised I would buy them, I had to come up with and pay a good amount of money. You wouldn't believe how much they cost. Now I'm stuck and don't have enough to pay for anything else this month.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Did you already take all of the supplements?
No, not yet. Why?
That's good. That means you can return them for a refund and get your money back. Wouldn't that help you relax a bit and put you in a better position to pay things this month?
What? You must be out of your mind. Why would I ever return them? I already bought them. That's just embarrassing.
Yes, but didn't you just say you can't afford them? Those supplements aren't worth you struggling this month. The only option is to return them and get your money back.
Are you trying to have me embarrass myself? I bought the supplements directly from a friend of mine. There's no way I can go back to them and return the stuff, especially since I plan on seeing them again. How embarrassing would that be?
Okay, then what are you gonna do? That's the only option I can think of.
You act like that's the only way out of this, but it's not. This problem can be solved if Jerry gives me some money. I need $1,000. Make that happen for me, please.
$1,000? Are you serious? You must be mistaken. I've never even heard of supplements that cost that much. I don't even think supplements that expensive exist.
They do if it's these. These supplements are amazing for my health and help in many different ways. Only a few selected people can buy these, so of course they're going to be expensive.
Carol, I hate to say this, but I think you're being played. Nothing like that exists, especially for that crazy price. Supplements that only a select few can buy? No matter how you look at it, the situation is weird. You're being conned.
There's no way I've been conned by that person. I've known him for years. On top of that, I've been buying products from him all this time, too. He's someone I trust. Why would he try to con me? If you think that, then I was right before. Talking to you is just pointless. Where is Jerry? Is he home yet?
Not yet. He's been really busy recently and doesn't come home until late in the evening.
It wasn't always like that. I feel like he's become much busier since marrying you. He hasn't even been answering my calls recently. Now that I think of it, the amount of times I text him without getting a reply has increased too. Is it the same for you?
Yes, that's just how busy he is recently. I rarely see him with his phone in his hand, even when he's home. He's always working.
Well, I guess that's what I should expect from someone making $200,000 a year.
What do you mean? Jake makes $200,000 a year?
Yes, you didn't know? I found out last year when I was at your house and saw his W-2 forms on the table. I was so happy to see how much he makes. It was surprising at first, but I expect nothing less.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Good, I'm glad you're up to speed. If you know that, then you know $1,000 should be nothing to him. It won't be a problem for him to give it to me.
I get what you're saying, but I don't know about that. Didn't you borrow money from him in the past?
Yes, I did. What's your point?
All of those times you've borrowed money adds up, and it's becoming quite a lot. There's no way he can just give you $1,000 out of nowhere. If you think of all the other times you borrowed money, it's too much.
I don't really have a choice, do I? I need money to live too. How am I supposed to take care of myself for the next month?
If that's the way you feel, I encourage you to get a job. That should solve all of your problems.
Are you really deciding to joke around right now? Why would I get a job? I already worked my butt off raising my son by myself.
Yes, but during that time period you didn't work, did you? You were a stay-at-home mom.
That's exactly my point. Why would I suddenly start working now? You can't be serious.
Think about it, Carol. Your husband passed away and Jerry is already an adult living on his own. You honestly have no choice. If you're worried about your lack of experience, that's fine. There are a lot of jobs out there hiring people with your experience. All you have to do is market your skills properly. Through raising Jerry, I'm sure you've had some useful skills.
Just shut up. I'm not interested in whatever you're talking about. Just send me the $1,000 and stop talking this nonsense.
I'm telling you, I cannot send you that money. It's too much. It wouldn't be good for neither you nor us. You don't need those supplements anyway. Return them. If you have to go to the point of borrowing money just to buy them, you should already know you don't need them. That's crazy.
Are you trying to tell me what to do? Who are you to say something like that to me? I'm not even asking for your money. I'm asking for my son's money. Why don't you want to give it to me? You just want to keep it all for yourself, don't you?
That's not even the case here and you know it.
You know what? Forget it. I don't even want $1,000 anymore. Send me $2,000.
Have you lost your mind?
Moving forward, send me $2,000 every month. Do what you have to do to make it happen, but I'm not budging on the amount, and I expect it in my account on time.
Carol, are you in your right mind? What are you saying right now?
I've been holding back this whole time, but I should have just done this from the beginning. It's annoying having to ask for money every single time I need it. Having it all at once just makes sense. So every month I expect that $2,000 in my account. That should hold me over quite well. I'm going to tell my son the same thing, so don't worry about telling him for me.
What you're asking for makes no sense and is honestly a bit selfish. I've already told you we can't give you $1,000. What makes you think we can give you $2,000? You cannot make the impossible possible. We aren't giving you any money.
How many times do I have to tell you not to talk back to me before you get it through your thick skull? Someone as lowly as you should just listen and obey. Stop trying to go against me. If I don't receive that money in my account, I'll make Jerry divorce you. You choose what you want to do. So, Jess, I checked my bank account today and saw no change. It doesn't look like anything was deposited. There must be a mistake.
You're wrong about that. I didn't deposit anything into your account. There's no mistake.
Are you still set on not giving me the money? My son makes $200,000 a year. $2,000 a month is nothing. Stop with this mess and just send me the money. It's only because of you that I haven't received it yet. If you weren't around, Jerry would have sent me the money. You really serve no purpose. I'm tired of you. I'm going to tell Jerry to divorce you. For now, just get out of his house and our lives.
You keep going on about Jerry this and Jerry that? Well, let me tell you something. Jerry isn't the one who has a $200,000 salary. It's me.
What?
Like I said, I'm the one who makes $200,000 a year, not Jerry. The W-2 form that you saw was mine. It definitely wasn't Jerry's.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? There's no way someone with your background could be making that much money. Plus, it's not like it's impossible for Jerry. I've seen some office workers who file tax returns with a salary of $200,000. It's not uncommon.
I see what you're saying, but I'm telling you, I'm the one making the money. When you saw the tax forms, did you pay attention to the name on the form?
No, but I don't see why I had to. It's obvious that those forms belong to Jerry.
Once again, Carol, you're wrong. I'll tell you one more time, but the one who is making that money is me, not Jerry. Furthermore, it'd be impossible for those forms to be Jerry's. He doesn't even have a job.
Jerry doesn't have a job? What? Stop lying. Desperate isn't a good look on you, and these lies make you look horrible. If Jerry isn't working, then how can you two afford your monthly living expenses?
That's all thanks to me. I'm the breadwinner and provider for our family.
There's no way in hell that is true. Jerry has been at the top of his peers all his life and even works for a big company. Jobless, I think not. There's no way he could just up and quit his job.
You're right about that. He didn't just up and quit. It wasn't that simple. He was actually making a pretty good salary too. It's the responsibility that came with that salary that made things difficult.
Okay, then what are you talking about? Are you saying he quit because his job was difficult?
The stress of the job got to him. He just couldn't take it anymore. Because of that, he's been going to the hospital regularly for treatment since last year.
See, that's exactly how I know you're lying. There's no way that's what's going on. When I was at the house, I saw him come back home with a suit on. Why else would he have on a suit if he's not working?
Oh yeah, I remember that. He did it so that you wouldn't find out about him quitting his job. That's the only reason. It worked, too.
You cannot be serious. Why did he even feel the need to do something like that? It makes no sense. You're joking with me, aren't you? There's no way Jerry would quit his job without at least talking to me about it first.
He didn't tell you because of that exact attitude.
Give me a break already. Don't sit here lying just because you don't want to send the money. You're feeling yourself a little too much just because my son is nice to you. There's no way I'll let you control him or his finances. This conversation here was enough for me to see what you're really about. I've had enough. I don't care what I have to do. I'm gonna make sure you and my son get a divorce. You better get all your things together and packed up ready to go before I get there. Jess, did you two move?
Don't tell me. You did go all the way to our old house.
Your old house? So you did move. Where are you two? Where'd you move?
I'm definitely not telling you. If we wanted you to know, we would have told you already.
After talking with you, I called my son's job. I just couldn't stop thinking about what you said. To my surprise, you were right. They told me he quit last year.
So you finally understand? I told you so many times that I wasn't lying. Is it clear who's been supporting the household now?
I guess it really was you who was making all of the money. Wow.
Not was, is. Yeah, I am the one who is making money for this family, just like I told you before.
I am so sorry. I really ran with the idea that Jerry was the one making the money. I thought that was the only possibility. But my rationale made sense. When you two first got married, didn't you decide you wanted to be a housewife?
Not technically. I did quit my job, but I continued working for myself. At first, I was only doing it part-time, but then things began to pick up. Jerry's health began to get worse 3 years ago, So just in case things didn't go well, I began taking the job more seriously. It was around last year when I really started bringing in money.
I had no idea about any of that. I'm more than surprised. I didn't think you were capable of accomplishing this much at all. It's honestly reassuring to know I can no longer see you as that worthless woman I considered you to be before. I know it's a little late, but after knowing this, I think I can finally approve of you as my son's wife.
Oh, is that so? Finally?
Yes, so with that being said, I want to bring the conversation back around to you sending me money. Since you're making so much, $2,000 is nothing to you, right? You can do that for me, can't you? I plan on making sure we have no issues from now on. I want to get closer to you as a mother-in-law. And of course, I'm going to cherish you and treat you as my own from now on.
That's touching, but no thank you. Please forget about me and Jerry.
What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I said. Forget about us. Act like you never met us. Better yet, act like we don't even exist.
Why are you saying this all of a sudden? You do know that I'm trying to tell you that I finally approve of and accept you, right?
Yeah, and the only reason you're saying it is because of how much money I make. Am I right? That's laughable. Who would be content with someone saying they accept them after knowing that? It's not sincere in the slightest bit.
No, you've got it wrong. That's not what it is at all. I just realized how talented you are, and the way you've been supporting my son is amazing. I can't do anything but accept you after hearing that.
Well then, thank you for the words. I appreciate that. I've definitely been trying hard, so it's nice to be recognized. However, your words aren't enough to change anything. Jerry and I want nothing more to do with you. We can't act like the amount of pain you put Jerry through and the disrespect you showed toward me all these years did not exist. We're fed up with it.
Explain what you mean. I've never done anything of the sort. When did I put Jerry through anything? All I did was support him. And how did I disrespect you? I only spoke the truth.
And the fact that you seriously think that is the scariest part and the main reason why we want nothing more to do with you. The reason Jerry went through such mental stress is also because of you.
How does that have anything to do with me?
You've been obsessed with his education and career for years. You demand nothing but the best and place all of that pressure on him. He's dealt with it alone all of these years, and it turned into stress and now a sickness. Just when he thought he was free of your burden because he got a job, you started asking for money. Do you have any idea how hard he worked just so he could have enough to give you money and afford to pay his own expenses? Your requests never stopped. No matter how difficult it made things for him, he was just worried about getting money to you. I watched him work so hard that he'd cry himself to sleep at night.
I thought he was making a lot of money. I mean, he was working for a good company. I thought everything would be okay. I never would have thought something like this could happen.
No matter how big the company is, there is a limit to how much most employees can make. Aside from that, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. If someone keeps asking for it and you keep giving it out, that money will run out. It's not endless.
You say that, but things are different for you. You make $200,000 a year and could probably make more. Can't you send some money to your dear mother-in-law? I've been asking nicely.
I have no money for people like you who take advantage of their own kids and treat them like property. You're a thief. If Jerry ever does anything you don't like, you yell, complain, and say things to purposely hurt him. You only act affectionate toward him when he has something you want. Who in their right mind could call someone like that a mother?
I've only been sharing my own opinions. What's wrong with that?
Are you seriously trying to downplay it by saying you were only stating your opinions? It's more like you were having various impulsive outbursts. Have you ever even listened to a word that Jerry said to you? As soon as he stopped responding to your calls and texts, you took it upon yourself to show up and wreak havoc at his job. Can you really call someone so selfish a mother? I don't think so.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I messed up. I did a lot of things wrong. I get it. I won't do anything like that ever again.
Are you sure about that? I'm not too convinced. It doesn't really matter anyway. I'd never let you treat us like that again. That's one of the reasons we moved.
Jess, don't say that. I'm telling you the truth. So just send me the money, please. You won't have to worry about me treating you like that ever again. And won't it feel nice to help your husband's mom? It'll definitely help a lot with my monthly expenses.
It sounds like you're in a tough spot. It must be difficult for you. I bet you regret blowing through all the money your husband left you right about now.
I'm serious. At this rate, I won't be able to pay any of my bills this month. I can barely buy myself food, and the electric company has already called and threatened to cut my power off if I don't pay this week. There's no way I can go on living like this. Are you really going to sit back and just watch me suffer?
I've got nothing to do with any of that, especially since we're cutting ties with you.
Jess, I'm sorry. I mean it. I promise to never cause any problems for you two again. I won't even do anything you two dislike. I promise. Please don't do this.
Okay, if that's the case, then you don't need me to send you money, right? It's an inconvenience, and to be honest, I don't like sending you money. That won't be an issue, right?
Well, that's a different story. I meant everything I said, but maybe you can make an exception just this month. Please? I promise I won't ask again after this. It'll be the last time.
Just this month? You say that now, but this month will become next month, and you'll just keep saying the same thing. It'll never end. That's how you've always been. It's the method you use to constantly get money from Jerry. That's exactly why we want nothing more to do with you. You're just a leech. I can't trust a single word that comes out of your mouth, and you've never given us a reason to.
Please, Jess, I'm begging you. I'm so sorry. You have no idea how sorry I am.
You're only sorry because you want something. There's no way at all I'd want anything else to do with you. Plus, I'm not the type of person to be taken advantage of. You've got the wrong one. As you know, I am a woman of few words. That being said, I have nothing left to say. As you said before, it's pointless expecting anything from me considering my background and where I came from. After that, my mother-in-law sold everything in her house, including the little she had left from her husband, everything she bought with the money she stole from Jerry, and whatever else in her home she had no use for. By doing so, she was able to make it through the month by the skin of her teeth. It took all of that to get the money she needed. Considering what she had to do for this month alone, I'm sure she'll be struggling every month from here on out. I know she'll come asking us for money, so we made sure to block her so that that won't happen. However, we only did that on Jerry's phone. I'm curious to see how things pan out for her, so I haven't blocked her on mine just yet. Instead, I just ignore her messages. But once next month comes, I'm completely cutting ties and blocking her so she'll be out of our lives for good. She's finally in a place where she can realize the position she put herself in financially. I also hear that friend of hers who she got the supplements from took off with all the money, and she hasn't heard from him since. Truth be told, I think it was a good lesson for her. She was easy to fool and threw money away like there was no end to it. Maybe she'll learn something from this. I have no idea how her life will turn out from here on out, but I hope she experiences all of the pain she caused us and more. Since she was one of the main causes of Jerry's mental decline, parting ways from her has helped him recover a little more. He's slowly becoming more and more stable. He's been helping little by little with my job, and we've also been able to decrease his visits to the doctor. I'm not expecting much, but I hope he gets better. My plan is to support him as best as I can. I'll do whatever I can to make sure he has a much better life than he's had up until now. No matter how hard the times get, no matter what we go through, I plan on being by his side through all of it and making him the happiest he can be.